All right. Again, I welcome everybody at Bethel Salvation Church. Man, Minister Richard gone, boy. It's working again. Well, welcome everybody again to the House of Yah. I am Bishop Ronald K. Harrison Jr. I welcome y'all to the Bethel Saturday Church. TV Land, we are in service already on Shabbat. I welcome you to the House of Yah. We're here at 118 Cheney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. Times of service on Shabbat at 11:30. Then on Yom Ravi at 7, Yahuwah study instruction of Torah. And then we got beginning of Shabbat on Yom Shishi, beginning on Yom Shabbat at 7 o'clock. You're welcome. The Creed of Bethel is Ephesians 4:5. We believe on Yahuwah, one faith, one baptism. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. Our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophets, and Yahushua Mashiach is the chief cornerstone. Again, we speak these things and constantly speak it over so you already know who or what we believe in. Again, I gave you the number. The number is 910-388-5295. That is the church phone number. My phone number is 910-381-3056. I give you the number so if you don't have no understanding about what we believe in, you got any questions, please call. Or, you have a problem, or you want to know when the services are going for, please call. I will call you back and let you know the times of the service. Or, if you have a problem with the Daverim, well, I will tell you get your Torah out, get your Daverim, get the Torah out. I got the Torah out, and I probably bring one of my ministers that when I spoke the words of me, I bring myself, and we will go through the word. See what you disagree with, and I'll show you what the Daverim says out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, that the word be established. Now I will talk to you what the Daverim says and what I believe and what the Yah believe and what the man of Yah says. All right, and it'll be what I believe. I'm gonna show you what out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. All right, we are in service already. Another glorious day on Shabbat. And I'm thankful for Shabbat. And again, I'm thankful for Shabbat. It did good to me again already. There's a live TV there because you really don't know what's going on already. And we've already been heated already. But I thank Shabbat for the peace that it gives me. And I was just telling the house, my brothers and sisters, it's the reason why you come on Shabbat. You come on Shabbat to be amongst your brothers and your sisters and you know that Yahuwah sanctify you. But most of all, you come on Shabbat, there's peace on Shabbat. And today I got peace. I might be angry. The Bible says be angry and sin not. And I was angry earlier today. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still heated up a little bit. But like I was telling my brothers and my sister, I got peace today. I got peace coming on Shabbat, man. I love it. I got hope. I got happiness. And I see my brothers and my sisters here as we praising Yah. I'm okay. Even though I had some problems earlier today, and the problems might still there exist when I get done. But right now, I got a peace of Yah. And that's all that counts. I don't care what anybody else says. It's the peace of Yah. If you got the peace of Yah, it means you got a great understanding of Yah. You got a great relationship with Yah. And your soul is okay with Yah. And if you ain't got peace, that means you need to seek what's going on with your soul. You better get it right. I try to find peace with my soul and Yah. If it's taking about prayer, if it has to be fasting, it's about shutting some people down and getting away from some people, or getting away from myself, or shutting myself down to get this peace. Now I'm about to go forward. That's the main thing. Your soul and your walk with Yahuwah. Like the day when Adam and Eve was walking in the evening with Yah. They had peace. And Yahushua brings that back for us. If you got Yeshua in your life, that's when he brings that peace so you can walk with this in the peace of the day, or the noon or the afternoon of the day. That's what you want. That's what the Rock of Dish does. You know what I'm saying? When you're walking with Yah. You obeying all his laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, precepts, and you being obedient to him, you should be walking with Yahuwah with peace in the noon of the day. Yahuwah should be talking with you with no grievances. You know what I'm saying? You're not grieving the Rock of Dish. No problems, no trouble. That's your father. Yahuwah, your father. You're a son or daughter. He should be talking to you like a son or daughter, like a father talks to a son and daughter. A father is always not yelling at his daughter. A father is not always yelling at his son. They should have a great conversation because our Father loves us. That's what we should have every day. Thanks to Yeshua. That is the grace of Yah. Yeshua gives us that. Every day with the blood cleanses. The blood washed us. Cleanse our soul so Yahuwah can look at us. Yahuwah couldn't look at us. We are stinking flesh. You know, he could look at us as a nation, a people, but he don't have to look at us. He looks at us as a son now, as individually now. But that ain't the service. I thank Yahuwah. It is the Shabbat. So we have any Shabbat scriptures today that we want to speak?
Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
I have one, and then I have one that I have the answer to the question you asked about that scripture last week. You're the one that read it last week. Nehemiah chapter 13, verses 15 to 22. Says, in those days saw I in Judah some treading wine presses on the Shabbat, and bringing in sheaves and waiting donkeys, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Shabbat day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Shabbat unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, what evil thing is this that you do in profaning the Shabbat day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not your Yah bring all this evil upon us and upon the city? Yet you bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Shabbat. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Shabbat, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Shabbat. And some of my servants set I at the gates, that there should no burden be brought in on the Shabbat day. So the merchants and the sellers of all kinds of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Shabbat. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates to sanctify the Shabbat day. Remember me, O my Yah, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. Now the question you'd ask is how many gates there were in Jerusalem, like in Nehemiah's time, but even just in Jerusalem, period. I found this website, and they give the answer to the question. I will link it in the description of the video. But there are 10 gates, and they have a personal significance and a prophetical or historical significance. I'm not going to read that part, that's why I'll link it. But there's the sheep gate, and these are all found in Nehemiah 3. The sheep gate is Nehemiah 3:1 and 32. The very first gate mentioned is the sheep gate. It was called the sheep gate because this was the gate which the sheep and the lambs used in the sacrifice were brought through. The fish gate is in verse 3. The fish gate was mentioned next. It was called the fish gate because the fishermen of Galilee would bring their catch in through this gate to be sold. The old gate is verse 6. Following from the fish gate was the old gate. Nehemiah is the only book of the Bible where it is called the Old Gate, and it may have been one of the original gates made. The Valley Gate is verse 13. Several valleys surround Jerusalem, and this gate apparently opened out to the Valley of Hinnom. The dung or refuse gate is verse 14. All of Jerusalem's refuse and rubbish was taken out through the dung gate, down to the Valley of Hinnom, where it would be burned. The fountain gate is verse 15. The fountain gate is located near the pool of Shiloh and was often used by the people for their cleaning before proceeding on to the temple. The water gate is verse 26. The water gate led down to the Gishon spring, which was located adjacent to the Kidron Valley. The horse gate is verse 28. The horse gate was close to the king's stables, and the men of Jerusalem would ride their horses out of this gate to war. The east gate is verse 29. The east gate is located on the opposite side of the Mount of Olives. And the inspection gate was verse 31, also known as Mittag gate. The word in Hebrew is a military connection, and according to tradition, it was the gate that David would meet his troops to inspect them. So that's the different 10 gates and where you can find them in the chapter 3.
All right. Good research. You know, you do all the research like that, but well done. You get A+ from me. All right. Awesome. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 9. Still in Shabbat. Let's go to verse 6. Thou, even thou art Yah alone. Thou hast made the heavens of heavens, with all their hosts, the earth, and all things that are therein, the seas, and all that is therein. And thou preservest them all. And the host of heavens worship you. Thou art Yah, who didst choose Abram, and brought him forth out of Ur, or Chaldeans, and gave him the name of Abraham, and found his heart faithful before you, and made us a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Jebusites, and the Girgashites, to give it, I say, to his seed, and has performed your words, for thou art righteous, and did see the affliction of our fathers in Mizraim, and heardest their cry by the Red Sea, and shewest signs and wonders upon Pharaoh and on all his servants, and on all the people of the land. For thou knewest that they dealt proudly against them. So didst thou get you a name, as is this day. Thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and their persecutors thou threwest into the deep as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, thou leadest them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and in the night by a pillar of fire, to give them light in the way wherein they should go. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spake with them from heaven, Shamrin, and gavest them right judgments, and true laws, good statutes, and commandments, and made us known unto them the Kodesh Shabbat, and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Musa your servant, and gavest them bread for Shamrin for their hunger, and brought us forth water from them out of the rock for their thirst, and promised them that they should go to the promise, to possess the land which thou hast sworn to give them. All right, I'll start right there. I read from the first because people forget, and this is going to be part of my sermon. I'm going to talk about my sermon, who are the 9, who are really the 20, the 21. There's 9 of them that's doing right, but there was 21 of them. Talking about the Melechis that left Yah, the main ones that made themselves like gods on the earth. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. You know, and like I said, I was telling Brother Favor, Minister Favor, that I was watching a show last night, talking about aliens. Now I understand when they keep on talking about aliens. You're talking about demons, man. You're talking about the wicked ones. And I was always understanding about the aliens. And I really didn't understand that growing up. Aliens, why? And they've been talking about this since the 40s, the 30s, you know, the 60s, man. And now they make movies about aliens and stuff. And now they be talking about the angels, the fallen angels, man. And their artifacts and stuff they're finding now, you know, and about the temples, the different temples they're finding all around the world. They all worship the same deity, but they had a different name. And they talk about these fallen angels, man, how they worship them and how the angels gave them power. You know, and that's how they worship them, you know, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit, you know, and how these powers and these angels still are being worshipped today, you know, and how people got these different gods and these different ways they worship. And that's why Yah told them they should not worship any other God but Him. But I'm going to share some what Yah showed me just right now through the Shabbat scriptures. Let's go to back to verse 6. Even thou art Yah alone. Thou hast made heavens, the heavens of heavens, with all their hosts, the earth and all things that are therein, the seas and all that is therein. Thou pervertest them all. And the host of Sharim worship them. And the host of heavens worship them. Worship you, excuse me. That's one thing, the host. We're talking about the Melechis. Worship you. There's only one that we worship. And we already know what happened with Lucifer. Y'all found sin in him. Lucifer wanted to be like him, like God, and sit on his throne. We already know there's only one. And Lucifer wanted the Melechis to worship him. And he did. He tricked 1/3. Now these 1/3 worship Lucifer. You know? So we only know we want to worship one Yah. Even the heavenly hosts worship Yah. Alright? That's what I want to get out on that one. Thou art Yah, who did us choose Abram, and brought us him forth out of Ur. Out of Chaldees gave him the name of Abraham, and found his heart faithful before you, and made us a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Jebusites, and the Girgashites, to give it, I say, to his seed, and hath performed your works, for thou art righteous. And that's true. He already did all that. Just because of Abraham, that's the reason why we are blessed today. And we are his seed. That's the reason why we are blessed today. And you say we are royalty. You better mess with the apple of his eye. Because Yah, not because we are bigger people known for that, but Yah keep his vows. Yah is a man of his word. Yah kept his vow before Abraham, Yasakol, and Yaakov. He kept his covenant. He kept that. And then when Yasharel was in Mizraim, that's why he took him out of there, because he kept his word, because Abraham was faithful. Abraham was faithful to him. He was giving up his only son that Yah gave him. That's one of the reasons why. You know, Abraham was the only son that Yah gave him at an old age. And he believed in Yah. And he said, because of this, you know what I'm saying? Because of this, I give you everything. My vows will be complete with you. So that's why right now today, that covenant, and people don't want to speak that, and I speak it in here. That covenant of Abraham is now today. We got that covenant. That's why we bless people. People think we are cursed and no good. They keep on thinking about that all day long. Especially the white people, Caucasian. Say we ain't gonna never mean for nothing. We ain't gonna man up. We ain't gonna get nothing. But that's a lie. Because we his people. That makes y'all a lie. We are still blessed today because of Abraham covenant. We call it Amaranic covenant. We are that. Through Yahusha, Abraham covenant, we got it. We keep it Shabbat day. We keep it all 10. We keep it a feast day. We keep it every day the best day we can. When we rock the dish, let us know. Reaching all truth. That's why we are blessed. That's why we get the things done. Things that we ask, desires of our heart, things chosen to be done, because we are his people. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. That's why it's good to be Yisrael. I'm happy now. I want to tell you I'm Afro-American. You can say all you want to, that we're all going to be good for nothing. We ain't going to mean nothing. We're going to be slaves. We ain't going to get nothing in this land. That's a lie. I get more stuff in this land as in Yisrael. This is not my land, but I fought for it. I grew up in it, so I'm native of this land. But my Yah, I'm his son. So while I'm here, everywhere I step my foot on is mine. Everywhere I go is mine. Because of Yahuwah. And I don't pay the price for it. So that's why nobody can't tell me anything. Because of the Abraham covenant. I am blessed through Yahuwah. He blesses my hands. We are his children. We are not over there in Yisrael yet. But when we get over there, man, he's going to give us our lots. Or, you be king, Brother Fabian, you be king in America, man. The whole North America, yours. Brother Pedro, all South America, yours. Elder King, Canada, yours.
You can Canada.
Wherever you want. Huh?
You can't go on vacation.
Y'all yours, man.
Come on down.
I'm coming there. Chill out. Brother Fabian, chilling. Brother Pedro, I'm coming. Sister Sue, what you want? Australia? You know what I'm saying? Your husband have that. You be over there. You know what I'm talking about? This new millennium. Yah says that. So, while we're here now, Yah blesses our hands on the land. You see, He blesses here 100-fold lands and all that. Yahushua said that. And then life to come, He will bless us then. People don't see that. That's Aramaic covenant right there. Lands, wives, you know what I'm saying? Houses, children. And this time, and the time to come, 100-fold. And now, right, that 100-fold what Yahushua's talked about is still today. My lands in America, I will get them. My wives, my children, I will get them. If not, Yahushua's alive. But we already know Yahushua's not alive. That's all through the Aramaic covenant. That's all through that. We are his people. That's why I can talk that way I talk. I ain't no slave no more. Want no slave? All that slave stuff is gone. And then all that Jim Crow law stuff they try to keep on bringing back, that's gone too. Now that mental slave stuff is gone too, Elder King, when they try to do with our minds now. Mental slavery stuff. That's gone. Because I'm free to Yahuwah through the Abrahamic covenant, man. The only way you get through the Abrahamic covenant, if you are truly a child of Yisrael, and you're keeping all his laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, precepts, and you honor him on his feast days, as Yah has commanded us to do, you have the right for all of it. If you don't, Yah is going to chastise you. You're a bastard to him. Where's your father at? I have a father through Yahuwah. So I will be obedient to him. So he told us to keep the Shabbat, I keep the Shabbat. Because he commanded us to keep the Shabbat. And again, the Shabbat was created before the heaven and earth was made. Like I said, the heavenly hosts worship him as Yah. Now you worship anybody else, you worship Satan. You worship Lucifer. Because he said he's self a God too. And if you're not doing the things of Yah, then Satan is your father. That is your God. And Yah told me you should have no other God before him. Yah said that. So you worship anything else before Yahuwah, then you will worship idolatry. Your idolatry. You had an idol. You have another God. And that's right. And Yah said that you said no other God before thee. Then you say Yah. There's no God. Then as I said again, if you're not worshiping upon Shabbat day like that, you have an idol. You choose to worship somebody else. Okay? That's the reason I go to this scripture right here. In verse 12, it's verse 13. Thou camest down upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from Sinai, and gavest them right judgments, and true laws, good statutes, and commandments, and made us known. Who made known? Unto them the Kodesh Shabbat, and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Musa, your servant. Musa was Yah's servant by the hand. You know how Musa came down with the 10 man? You know what I'm saying? Came down there, man, and seen a man worship a calf, man. He threw them again against a stone. He broke the 10. He was so heated. Y'all don't commit sin. Not even 40 sins y'all have committed and worship another idol. You know, build one. There you go. But I'm trying to say it. By the hand of Musa, he commanded the 10 commandments. Made us known his Sabbath. Y'all got a rest day. Don't let nobody tell you ain't nobody no rest day, y'all. Don't tell nobody tell you that the Shabbat ain't right. Don't let nobody tell you you don't have to worship on Shabbat. Because he done made known his Shabbat to us on Mount Sinai. Don't let nobody say since Yeshua come, we don't have to worry about the law, statutes, commandments. That's a lie. Yeshua didn't come to break the 10 commandments, destroy them. He fulfilled them. How he fulfilled them through the death, burial, and resurrection. That's how he fulfilled that. He brought man reconciled about Yah. That's the only way he done fulfilled. That, the laws of death, what he done fulfilled. But when he said commanded about Shabbat day, he did not change that because y'all commanded that before the heaven and earth was born. It said that in Apocrypha. He created the Shabbat day before the heaven and earth was even made. The heavenly host was worshiping for y'all on Shabbat. Then he said, I will make Shabbat known to Yisrael, my sons, to worship me on Shabbat day. That's the reason why we come on Shabbat day to worship him. No other day. Not y'all Rashad. Y'all wasn't going to worship y'all Rashad. That's not the day to worship. No, he made known his day. Shabbat, you bypassing the 7th day to worship on Yom Rashad. That is wrong. You're ignoring the Shabbat. And Yahuwah just said, I made known for you to worship me today, to give me reverence, give me honor. And he says, I am the true Yah. You worship another creator. Talking about you worshiping Yah. Because you say you want to. That means you say you God then. Because I'm going to do things I want to. You self-centered. You prideful. You like Hasatan, Lucifer. I want to sit on the throne of Yah. I want to do this. I make myself stop myself before the throne of Yahuwah. That's what Lucifer said. You say the same thing on Yom Rashad. Because I want to worship on Sunday. The devil is a lie. The father of it. And you love him do it, you're the devil himself. But I say that you worship another God. You worship right there, an idol. You forget about Shabbat. He said, I made known and gave it to my servant Musa. That's what y'all said. Musa didn't say that, man. You talking about the laws of Musa. No, it's the laws of Yah. Get it right. These are the laws of Yah. He commanded it. It ain't a law. It's a commandment. It's a command. And Yah is the only one to change that one. Yah did not change it. That's why Yahusha did not change it. That's why Yahusha said, I'm Elohim of Shabbat. He said, that means he's Yah of Shabbat. It means he didn't come and change that. Come on. He said Shabbat was made for man, a man not for Shabbat. It was made for us to worship him. Not for you to be worshipped, like I said, and do your own thing. Saved by grace. Or we saved by grace, that means we can go worship when we want to worship. Or we saved by grace. That's a lie. Somebody lied to you. The grace is that God gave you life that you might not die. He gave you a chance to repent and get it right. That's the grace of Yah. Every day you get up, that's the grace. That he did not kill you in your sleep. He did not kill you when you wake up and start lying. Right out of your mouth and kill you right then and there. You know, you better get it right. The grace is when you get a chance to say, Yah, I'm sorry, forgive me, I was wrong. Shabbat is right. Let me find a Shabbat church so I can do your word right. And you look around and start finding y'all direct you right there to your Bethel. They worship on Shabbat. Come and enjoy you right there. You know what I'm saying? Unless he send you somewhere else to worship on Shabbat day. That is grace. Because he did not kill you. He gave you another chance to get it right. You repented. You turned from your wicked ways. And you trying to find a Shabbat to worship, to honor Yahuwah on the Shabbat day, on the 7th day. You trying to give him honor and glory as well due. He wants to be praised on his Shabbat day. Not praise the world. Going to the wall, going to the malls, going to Walmart, going fishing, going to organizations, going to cookhouses, going shopping for clothes or anything else, going to visit your mother, your father, your kids, or anything else, and not doing anything on Shabbat day. That is sin already. He ain't no honor in that. You ain't giving him glory. You give yourself glory. You find your own presence, speaking your own words right there. That's not even honoring Yahuwah. You're not even enlightening Yahuwah. In Isaiah 58, verse 13 and 14. That's what we're talking about. That's why we come on Shabbat. He says you come on Shabbat, know that's a covenant. Know that he sanctified us. Yasharel. How you sanctify? Because we all come to unity. Come to one mind, one accord. Know that he sanctified, that we his people. His son, who we his children. And through Yahusha, he washed us through the blood. That's why he sanctified us. No. That's why we come on Shabbat day. That's why he commanded us. Because he has a people. And his people obey him. His people obey him. His sons and daughters obey him. Don't talk about because of the Catholic Church changing them and then sprinkling everybody. Now you're doing man's traditions and stuff like that now. You've been doing it so long. And we were slaves. We fell in that same tradition because we didn't know no better. Now we free. Now we waking up. Now you got the internet. Now you can read. Now you got the double ring. What you going to do? There ain't no excuses now. None. But judgment. Judgment on that day. And y'all going to say, why you don't keep my holy Shabbat? That's what you're going to say. Yes, you, all that too, yes. My pastor, everybody kept this, we was tired, You say, why you didn't keep the double ring? You kept all 9, but you first didn't cut the 10, the Shabbat. You will not commit no fornication. You will not commit no adultery. You will not lie. You will not cheat. You will not steal it. You won't bear no false witness. You will not covenant. You will honor your mother and father. You know what I'm saying? But you serve 2 gods, really 2. You didn't keep my first commandment. You didn't keep my 4th. Should I keep the Shabbat? You didn't keep the Shabbat. You sure didn't honor me. You served another God. That's 2 you don't fail. Served another idol. Your sleep, your job, your husband, your children, your pastors. On Sunday, yourself. Those gods. Your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Those are gods. If you're not come on Shabbat day. Who are you honoring? You're not honoring none of them. You're not honoring y'all. He said, reverence my sanctuary. Reverence it. You ain't not reverencing when you're not even coming up in the doors of here on Shabbat day. I speak this. I speak to any other pastor on the side of my voice. Come and talk to me. I know this goes out on Facebook. I know all your pastors be looking on it and run across me. Please run across me. Gave you my phone numbers. Please call me. I don't care who you are. Bishop, apostle, doctor, PhD, all that, where you are, what you is. I'm country. What do you is? I give you. I challenge you. I challenge you, TV man. I challenge you. Not keeping Shabbat day. I challenge you. Because I challenged the Most High on that one. And I lost. I lost. That's why I can challenge everybody. Talk junk to you every day. I don't care about talking junk. I talk junk when I know I lost. And I got it right. Because I know what's right. Now I talk junk to anybody else I want to now. Because I'm doing right. And I know Shabbat is right. I know where the blessings of Shabbat is. And I'm going to prove y'all. Y'all said prove him to see that he's y'all. I'm proving him every day. Especially on Shabbat day. He proves me a liar every time. That Shabbat is right. Because he said so. That's the reason why he's right. Because he can't lie. That's about it on Shabbat. I'm going to show my one Shabbat scripture. We already know we got to go to it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. But I'll share that again. He made known his Kodesh Shabbat and gave it to the hands of Musa. That's the reason why. But I read the first part of that. He made the heavens a host, all of them is, and the host to worship him. You know? If they worship him, why aren't you worshiping him? Especially on Shabbat. Why aren't you worshiping him if he's your Yah? If he's King of Kings and Elohim of Elohims and he's all that to you. Why aren't you here on Shabbat day? Reverence his name. Chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works. But the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yah. Thy Yah, it says, the Sabbath of the Yah. In it thou shalt not do any work, you, nor your sons, nor your daughters, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that was within your gates. For in 6 days Yah made the heavens and earth, the seas, and all that them is, and rested on the 7th day. Wherefore Yah blessed the 7th day and hallowed it. There you go. 6 days. That's where he's going at. And he rested the 7th day. Wherefore, Yah blessed the 7th day and he hallowed it. Yah did. He keep on saying, y'all forgetting the blessings. That's why y'all don't keep the Shabbat day. Y'all forgetting the blessings and the sanctification of y'all. You know, he commanded us to be Kaddish. We are Kaddish people. We're set apart. We different from everybody. Same with this day. It's different. Mark? All right, let's go on to the service. I ain't trying to keep you. Y'all did give me the word today on the side that he gave me to all my adversities and all my little stress this morning and my little anger this morning and a little heated this morning. And my brother caught me stuttering this morning and stuff like that. Ah, man. But y'all gave me the word this morning. I thank for y'all. No matter what's going on, y'all word will go forth. No matter with me, I'm just his vessel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just his servant. I'm nothing. And that's all I want to be like that. Because I want his word to go forth. Keep on going forth. Move me out the way. Because I'm nothing. But I want to thank Yahuwah again for Shabbat day, TV land. I don't care what you say. Today I got peace for being here today. And I like that when y'all show me his peace. Show me his comforter. Show me Rock Dish. And put it rain upon me. Because I need it too. You know. Things ain't right in my life. You know what I'm saying? Not because of me. When I see things ain't right, and I know things can be right, and I know I can't get it right, I go to Yahuwah, and he gets it right. And if it's not right when I want it right, you know what I'm saying? I got to be patient, be long-suffering, wait on Yahuwah. But I know Yahuwah, while I'm waiting, being patient and long-suffering, Yahuwah will give me some peace. Peace of mind, peace of soul, peace of the inward part, because I'm doing things right by him. That's why I love Yahuwah. Things ain't right out there. I can't get it right, but why it's going to get right, he going to give me peace until it gets right. That's the living, that's the life more abundantly people be missing out. He said he give you life more abundantly. He ain't talking about riches and treasures and everything, like sitting like fat like kings and, you know, and all that. He can give you that too. I'm talking about the inner soul, the inner mind. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The abundant life that he gives you, the hope and the peace, the joy on the inside. The joy of the Rock Dish is inside of me. The joy of Rock Dish I love. All right. Who is the 9? You know what I'm saying? That is the sermon today. Who is the 9? Really, who is the 21? Well, I just got through looking at the pocket of Minister Favor. There's a lot more than 9, man, that was doing some things. You know what I'm saying? They only say 9 prior to, I was watching this special, talking about 9 demons, talking about aliens. They were demons. You know, there ain't no aliens, TV land. When you talking about aliens, they're talking about the fallen angels, the demons that went down here, that came into women, that came into mankind, and made themselves gods before men. That's what they did with all their knowledge and wisdom, and showed men the wickedness on the earth. That's how they became gods, so men started worshiping them instead of worshiping Yah. Okay? So that's why you got all these different religions coming from, especially from the Tower of Babel. You know what I'm saying? The Babylonian. That's why y'all keep on using Babylonian, Babel, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Babylon. That's where it first came. How you say the origin of it. Origin means a beginning. There's an origin of all this. And the origin started when the sons of men, talking about the Melechis, went into the daughters of the land. That is the origin of all the demons. When all the devils started coming, the imps. You know what I'm saying? But really it started, okay, I'm going to get in my sermon, with Adam and Eve. When Satan, Hasatan, came down there, you know what I'm saying, and beguiled Eve. Talking about you be like gods. That's what she wanted, but she was already a god. Y'all, the little lower than the angels, she was already one. Knowing good, she would, but said you be like gods, be like Yah, knowing good and evil. But y'all didn't want that for us yet. He could if he wanted to, but he wanted us in his own image as he created us. He didn't want us to know everything else that it should be known. That's what Yah. Because Yah, without his ways, not his ways, his thoughts are hard than our thoughts, and it goes forth on like that. So that's how Yah created us and formed us to be in that image. That's Yah right there. But Satan came in there, you know what I'm saying, and with his deceitful self, you know what I'm saying, contaminated us with his ways. And he wanted to do that anyway so he could be a God. You know, good and evil, you know what I'm saying, to be a God over men. Because he already know if men become foul, they could never, Yah could not visit them like he want to, and plus they could not get to Shabbat. There'd be a separation. Satan knew that because Satan was thrown out of heaven. Because there's wickedness in him. So if wickedness in him, he done did 1/3 of the Melachim. They came with him. They no more alone in Shabbat. Now you got Eve in the Garden of Eden right there. Notice the head of Adam cannot be in the Garden of Eden no more either. Because the tree of life was there. So they were thrown out of there. Satan knew all that. And formed all that. But then now, they're in the land, but now man's going to die. Now the land, now they're multiplying. Because you know how Eve was a mother. And then the earth, you know, multiplied, fruitful and everything. Then the sons of men, which is the Melachis, came down already and went into women. Now you got other demons coming out. Other spirits. No well-known man, statue, known. Melachis teaching them how to read the stars, how to make metals. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom of the earth and everything else. So they can be gods. So these men started worshiping them. Women started worshiping them. Started worshiping the fallen angels. And they forgot about Yahuwah. They won't even worship Yahuwah. The two are a separate group. Methuselah, Enoch, Noah, Seth, that line worship Yah. But the other lines worship the devil. So we'll go on a little bit. Sermon, I just gave you a little intro of what we're going to talk about. Who are the nine? The nine are devils. The nines are spiritual wickedness. Nines are the gods of the day. You know what I'm saying? The gods of the day. But first, before I forget, thank you, y'all gave it to me. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 2. Let me get this scripture out the way. I'll give you a New Testament scripture. I think the rest of them is in the Old Testament, the Apocrypha. Brother Pedro, I have not forgot about you in your book, sir. Be patient with me, sir. Because you know every time I see you, that book of y'all's on me. It ain't you on me, Yahuwah on me. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Yahuwah loves you so much that Yahuwah get on me. Don't forget about my son's book. I'm just waiting for my money to be right, sir. I'm coming to see you. All right, man? Okay, you all right with that, sir? You faithful. Coming here to help Bethel. You faithful. That's what you want? You the son of Yah. But I'm going to give you that gift. Because you asked for that. I just ask you, be patient with y'all serving me. Can you do that, sir? All right, thank you, man. Hey, no, I'm just asking you. Because that's what you asked. And I'm going to give that for my brother. I'm happy. I want to give that. Because it'll be an honor, sir. You know, because that's what you want. Because Minister Favor blesses me. You know what I'm saying? With my seafood, man. And I love my brother, man. He gave that to that big, costly book. Book like that, man. I hate to get beat with that book, man. Shoot. Knock my teeth out my mouth. Hey. All right, Ephesians. Yeah, I'm glad y'all gave me this one. I was looking at this last night, boy. I was heated, man. And y'all just start dealing with me, man, about aliens, man. Aliens. I'll always be funny about aliens, then I start seeing what y'all telling me about, what people talking about extraterrestrial and stuff like that. People always looking for the stars and stuff like that. We're coming from the stars. You know what I'm saying? Melachis, the evil ones have them doing all that. But they're not looking for y'all. It's delusion. It's to trick you to get you away from not worshiping Yahuwah. All right. Chapter 2, verse 1. And you have been quickened who were dead in trespasses and sin, where in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the princess of the power of the air, the spirit that now works in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversations in time past, and in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But Yah, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sin, and have quickened us together with Mashiach. By grace you are saved, and have raised us up together and made us all sit together in heavenly places in the Mashiach Yahusha. All right? Right here again, we're in time past, verse 2. Walked according to the course of this world, the course of this world, or according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversations in time past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. That's what we're going to talk about. The course of this world. That's right. This is of Satan's world. Right now, when he took a bite of that fruit, it became Satan's world. She sold us out. Adam sold us out. And after they done did that, Satan was happy. Satan said, I got you, y'all. I got your image. We already know y'all already had a plan already before the world began. That's why I love y'all so much. That's why it's infinite without knowing. You will never know y'all's wisdom. Y'all had everything planned out, man, from the beginning to the end, yo. Like I said, this is one story told to them now. This is a big story. Or this is like a blade of grass just growing and about to be cut, and the chaff just taking it, blow it away like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're like a speck of dust, just gone with the wind. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But I love Yahuwah, boy. I love Yahuwah. I love Yahuwah because he had this already planned. He already knew Adam and Eve was going to sin. That's why he put that tree of knowledge of good and evil right there. And that's why you put the tree of life right there. Right there in the garden. I say, this is you, this is what you have dominion over. I give you, this is my son. I give this to you. He had Adam name all the animals and everything. Everything on earth, he had Adam, which was a man. Get that first. That's one of my things to get women. Not just anything against you, Sister Sue. But I got a problem with women with authority over man. I got a problem with that. You call me a curse when you have authority over me. You are cursing me. A man, you are cursing. I'm the glory of Yah. You are cursing me when you have authority over me. You are the curse. And I ain't not have no curse over me. None taken. You give Satan a chance to destroy my hands when you do stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that Adam had dominion over the whole world. Until Satan came over here. Satan wanted to be God. Satan wants somebody to worship him. So who we got worshiping him now? The image of Yah. How did he do it? They took a bit of the forbidden tree. When you break Yah's laws, it's called sin. It's called disobedience. And like you said, Yah found sin in her, as well Yah found sin in Satan, and Satan was kicked out of heaven. Shamarine. So we are kicked out of the Garden of Eden. That was our heaven. Okay? We talked about the 9 to 21. So let's start reading. Deuteronomy chapter 4. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 4. You got to back it up with some scriptures. Remember, it's not what I say, it's what the Deuteronomy says, and I say it all the time. Don't do what I say, do what the Deuteronomy says. You know, if you have a problem with me, get with the Deuteronomy and show where my errors away. Because you believe me, you best believe. I ain't scared to repent. I gets it right. The more I gets it right, I cannot take the hell fire. I don't know anybody can take that. I can't take it. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5 to 19. I stood between Yah. Chapter 4, excuse me. I'm sorry. Chapter 4, verse 15, excuse me. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourself, for ye saw no manner of substitute on the day that Yah spoke unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest you corrupt yourself and make you a graven image, the substitute of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flies in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. And lest thou lift up your eyes until Shabbat, when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, should it be driven to worship them, serve them, which Yah have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. And Yah have taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of the Mesrine, to be unto him a people, inheritance as you are this day. Furthermore, Yah was angry. I start right there. I just gave you the description of worshiping. Alright? Least thou, verse 19, lift up your eyes unto Shamrim, when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven. All the hosts, he's talking about the Melechis, all the hosts of heaven. And should be driven to worship them. Driven to worship them and serve them, which Yah, thy Yah, has divided unto all nations under the whole heavens. Driven to worship them. That's what I'm talking about. They talk about the 9:21. They talk about looking to the stars. They talk about the ones that came down to man. That's who they build an image to worship. Driven. You should make no substitute. You should make no likeness. You should make no graven images. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 7. It says, thou shalt have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make you any graven image, any likeness of anything that's in the heavens above. Talking about Melechis that come down. Thou shalt not serve any other God before me. Verse 8, thou shalt make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that's in the Shamrim above, that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the waters, beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down yourself unto them, nor serve them. They serving them. For I, Yah, am a jealous Yah, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of them that hate me, and shew mercy unto 1,000 of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yah in vain, for Elohim will not hold them guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Keep the Shabbat day to sanctify as Elohim your Yah has commanded you. Is commanding you. Again, I read this. This is one of the first commandments Yah has given us. Thou shalt have no graven image before me. No, thou shalt not worship any God before me. That he told that to show. I read that in Nehemiah, how the heavenly host was worshiping Yah. If the heavenly host was worshiping something else, they worship another God. They were, like said, when the 1/3 left the heavens to follow Satan, that's who they started worshiping. They were not worshiping Yah anymore. They were worshiping Satan. The 1/3 that left, Satan became a god to them. You should have no graven images. You should have none. You should have none. Exodus chapter 20. I'm just reading some scriptures already that we already know. Talking about this one God. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 to 8. You all go through. And Yah spake all these words, saying, I am Yah. I am Yah, your Elohim, which have brought you out of the land of Mesrine, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other God before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image, or any likeness of any thing that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that's in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yah Elohim, am a jealous Yah, visit iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of Yah in vain, for Elohim will not hold him guiltless that take his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Again, I read that. Musa was just rehearsing these commandments to them again. Again, I said this again. Gods. You are worshiping gods if you're not worshiping Yah. And what came down, and all these images they worship, they say these aliens, which were the watchers that were supposed to watch the lands, came into the land. The sons of men, which was the sons of Yah, came into women and made them renowned people. They made giants in the land, great statues that they had. Statues, that means they were being worshipped, like the Pharaoh. They always say the Pharaoh is the sun god. They kept on saying Pharaoh. Pharaoh had all these powers. They were worshiping Pharaoh, the god of Ra. That was saying that. That's what it is that the fallen angels that gave wisdom to Pharaoh to be a god. So they start worshiping Pharaoh. They don't worship Yah. They will worship Pharaoh. Just like the Babylonians, the Tower of Babel, when they will worship Nimrod. I'm going to get in that, how they worship Nimrod. I'm going to go in the story about that. And how they worship Nimrod. He made himself a god. They weren't worshiping Yahuwah, they were worshiping Nimrod. They were worshiping Pharaoh. Where were the praises of Yah at? And that's why Yah came down to Mizraim. When he got the children out of bondage, he came and told them, you ain't worshiping that God with the ISIS and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't worshiping Pharaoh and all that. Because there's some of them that left out of Mizraim with all Yisrael. That's why they made that golden calf. Not all of them was Yahuwah's people. Because, man, if I was Yahuwah, you believe that. If y'all got a way out, I was getting out quick. You think about that. Y'all was through, man, 2 places, and I was a slave too. I might have been up Yisrael, but I was leaving too. That was my way out. You know what I'm saying? That was my way out. That's why y'all said not all was my Yisrael that went out of Mizraim. So that's what they said, that brought their gods with them. And guess what I said? Y'all was just weeding them out. That's why y'all put those 10 commandments down there. That's why he put them there. Because they sure not would worship y'all on the Shabbat day. They'll worship probably on a Sunday or any other day. That's why y'all gave them the Sabbath day. You understand reason why Yahuwah gave you these days and why Yahuwah gave you these commands. They don't be thinking about that. Because they'll worship their other gods. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3, where